Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, Jackie, bro.
Jackie, hey.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Well, same to you, yeah.
We did it a whole year.
I guess so, yeah.
And Jackie got real sick today.
I got a cold, got something on my nose running all this.
We said
sore
we'd
throat.
do it for a year, and then he said, oh.
Well, I didn't come in and open the store up. I had somebody do that for me. I didn't see why I need to come and do this. I wore out, and it just head cold, whatever it is. You know.
Trying to get out of it. We said one.
Yeah.
Is he going to be like that through the whole thing?
Hey, you got me down here. That's it.
We said one thing we were going to do. 1 year. We said we'd do this whole thing. 1 year. That anniversary counts as that. And then you're going to pussy out at the very end of it.
Oh, hell, I didn't. I'm sitting here, you wore me out. I'm here doing it now. That's it. Over and done with.
Well, if I didn't know you were going to look this bad. I mean, if you died down here doing this bullshit, I'm going to feel terrible.
Well, I hope you do. I'm going to feel terrible, too, because I'll be dead.
You may be the one who gets off easy, Jackie.
Well, say, yeah.
Sick anniversary, everybody. First anniversary, Jackie's real sick.
I've been doing this for a year. Anybody be sick. Good
and
Lord.
I just want to say thanks, Jackie. Thanks for coming down here and
All right.
week after week.
All right.
Whatever you've been doing down here.
Yeah.
Holding me back, really.
All right. Hell.
And I want to thank all the listeners out there and
Hell, anybody tune in and listen to this for over a year, you probably sick, too, at this point.
we should have got a loan and bought some beautiful jewelry and sent it out to everybody
What?
who could prove that they listened to it for a year.
Jewelry.
Well, like a necklace. It doesn't have to be just ladies. I mean, men wear necklaces.
Well, hell, these days, men wear lady clothes.
I don't want to. Listen, if we
To each his own. I ain't saying, whatever.
we need listeners.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I wouldn't be surprised if half the people sitting around, they got time to sit around and listen to this, probably sitting home wearing lady clothes right now. Go on, send some jewelry, too. I don't care.
I hope they are. I hope everybody that listens to us is transsexual or transgender, transvest. I don't know.
I'm
what you
just saying,
call.
this day and age, I don't know anymore. I know some folks write us and tell us, hey, let's do it like this, but you don't know.
In the shop or on a tractor or underneath the bus, working on a bus.
Yeah.
But, if you sit around
Yeah.
and identify whatever group, however you identify yourself and whatever groups you identify with, whatever sort of roles and you imagine yourself taking on in the future, we're happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad anybody listen. You wear what you want to. I don't give a damn. I ain't got to look at it, do I? Well, I look at it. You ain't got to look at me. I ain't got to look at you.
I like the part about I don't have to look at you.
I ain't worth looking at right now. Yeah.
Sick anniversary, everybody.
I'm sorry I didn't want. I said we could skip a day or something, but that didn't seem right. Didn't sit well with him, and I said gonna do it for a year. I do it for a year, so.
And after this, all bets are off.
Yeah.
He'll be calling in sick every time we're supposed to do it.
Well, I did it. Yeah, I obligated. Did this much. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm obligated to do. Yeah.
And we got a great show lined up for you. It's our big anniversary special.
Yeah.
Just because Jackie's sick doesn't mean that we really have shot the works on this one, folks. But before we get to the big anniversary show, we have a few sponsors we need to get to. We had went out to all our old favorites, all of the sponsors that have been been on our show since the beginning, reach out to them, let them know it was an anniversary show.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of sponsors. Jackie has one. I have one. They give us $25 to sponsor the show. This week we got a few more sponsors, so we need to get
It
through
being an
them.
anniversary and all.
Yeah, so we can get to the big anniversary show. Let's just get through these because they all give us $25. So,
well, I'll say right now, I got a good sponsor. I never thought this sponsor would be back, but I'm happy to have them back, and they're welcome to be back as long as they want to, and as long as you keep your mouth shut. Now, everybody knows off square. Everybody knows Don Jack's snakeheads.
oh, snakeheads.
Well, now, hey, don't you say a damn word.
I
now.
said, oh, snakeheads.
Well, you leave it at that now. You promised me here. I come down here and did this, didn't I?
You sure did.
Now you promised me that I could shake his hand, look that man in the eye, and say I'm not going to bring up snake. I ain't even going to name what the word. It's just his family is stealing his merchandise and selling it out there under various names that you have brought up on here.
What Jackie is referring to, and without getting too deep into it, other families' problems, all I want to say, because listeners are going to, you brought it up, so I should just clue listeners in that may not have heard. Snakeheads is a store off the square here in Murfreesboro.
A legitimate business.
Run by Mr. Don Jekyll, friend of
Fine
Jackie's.
gentleman, a good man, runs a good, legitimate business.
Snakeheads. Snakeheads is what they sell, like the actual heads of snakes.
Just doing different things. You can just have a plain old snake head there, ashtray with a snake head on the side of it, cut up on the side. The snake head's dressed up, holiday, Christmas, nativity scene, everything with a little snake head doing it.
What Jackie's referring to, it made Mr. Jekyll so angry was my friend Don Jekyll Jr. come into a
He didn't
shipment
come
of
into
snakeheads.
nothing. He did not come into no shit. He stole from his own family. And he sold this merchandise that is not his merchandise under the name of Snakeheads 2. That is not a legitimate business.
And then there was Snakeheads 3.
Well, it just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Now,
Which
none
is
of these
his
are just...
drug addict girlfriend, Dottie
It
Geyser.
should stop right at Snakeheads 2 because that right there is not a business. That right there doesn't even... So everything that derives from that is just like Snakeheads 2 does not exist. It's not the thing. It's not a real thing. It's the same stolen merchandise, hell. Which you are agreeing to admit.
Well, I just want to let people know how low things sunk with Don Jekyll Jr. going into rehab.
All right.
And then Dottie Geyser started selling them out of her purse at clubs. That was Snakeheads 3. Then Snakeheads 4 was Truck Jekyll to her son, allegedly Don Jekyll Jr.'s son. Something messed up with him. He's just selling them by the side of the road. And it wasn't an actual snakehead. It was just paper he chewed on.
All right.
And shaped in snakehead. And then Don Jekyll Jr. got out of rehab, opened up original snakeheads.
No, he did not. That's the same. That's the point I'm trying to make. Same stolen merchandise. But we're agreeing here, and you said you would agree. You know that none of those, you would admit that none of those were legitimate businesses. And the only legitimate business with snakeheads in the title is Don Jekyll's Snakeheads on Square. You agreed to say that on here.
Yes.
He gave me $25.
Yes, I agree with everything you just laid out.
Yes, sir. All right. So in a fine establishment, like I said, snakehead for every occasion, every need. Just go in there and look sometimes. You don't always have to buy a snakehead. Sometimes just going in and looking at it. Of course, you be looking at it, you won't take one home, I'll tell you that right now. But it's right off a square. Don Jekyll Snakeheads, the only snakeheads in Murfreesboro, the only snakeheads in Middle Tennessee, as far as I'm familiar with. So come on down, fine sponsor, Don Jekyll Snakeheads on the square.
So I got a good sponsor this week, Jackie. They give me $25,
yeah.
And I think you're really gonna enjoy hearing about this one because they're a family-owned establishment.
That's good.
It's good to go someplace where you know the family, see the kid working there, and the husband, and the little lady of the house working in a business like Snake Faces, which is a new store just off the square.
Wow.
Snake Faces, if you have been to Snakeheads and you thought, this is good, but kind of
What the?
bullshit,
Hey.
where's a good place? Well, you want to go over to Snake Faces, which is basically...
Snake Faces?
It's like Snakeheads, Jackie, but it's Snake Faces.
What the? What you? Snake Faces? That's it.
What they did was they take a snake head and sell it. They dress it up sometimes in clothes like nativity
Who runs
scenes.
this business?
Huh?
What family opens Snake Faces?
I don't know if you've heard of Don Jekyll Jr.
All right, enough.
Fresh out of
Give
rehab.
me that 20. I'm give that man his $25 right
He
back.
married Dottie
That's it.
Geyser. They got married. They didn't really get married, but they had a commitment ceremony
Oh hell!
out on at Flat Rock.
Whatever. I don't care what it is. Snake.
And Truck
There
Jekyll's
ain't
running
but one
around in there.
snake. You just sit there and lie. It's the bald-faced lie.
And they bought a van, and that's what they're selling these out of off the square. If you go, sometimes they just circle the block where Snakeheads is.
All right.
And if they see somebody going into Snakeheads, they go, "Hey, would you rather go into Snakeheads, or would you rather look at some snake faces?"
Snake head, snake face. It's the same. That ain't a legitimate business.
That's true.
There
Jackie.
ain't no such thing as snake faces.
It is the same because
No.
they don't want you to think that snake faces. They just took the face off a snake
All
head.
right.
That would be gross. It's the whole head, but due to some legal
All right.
disputes,
Enough.
they had to call it snake faces.
Well, I'll give that $25 right back to Don Jekyll. And I want to apologize to him right now because we got a lot
Because
of
y'all were
SOB.
close friends. Y'all were good friends for
We
long
were
years
until
and
you
years.
start running his Ah.
It's a shame how friends can drift apart. Is the thing about friends.
All right.
You don't stay friends forever. People get mad over something stupid.
It ain't their son stealing merchandise and then going to jail and then having to go to rehab and they still doing it.
He came in
Oh, hell.
a lot of snakeheads.
All right, fine.
It's not like people. It's not like
Well,
these things
since we
sell like
ain't had a
hotcakes.
sponsor yet, I'm going to do a real sponsor because the sponsor I just did, I'm going to give him his $25 back because I know he'd be wanting it. And whatever Snake Faces is just stolen merchandise. It's just Snake Faces is stolen snake heads. That's all that is.
Snake Faces is.
All right. I know what it is. Snake Faces is stolen snake heads is what it is.
You can sit there and say Snake Faces has stolen snake heads all night if you want to, but we all
I
know
will.
there's more to Snake Faces than just stolen
It's
snake
the same thing.
Like,
I'm going to do a real sponsor now. Been a sponsor on our show for a year now. I got over a year. He will be if we keep having shows. He'll be a sponsor. I'll say that right now. And that's good old Dr. Birdman. And last we heard, Dr. Birdman, he was giving out, young people had no choice but to take Obamacare. And Lord knows, young people, there's some of them out there got some common sense to them and knew better than they should do that. So Dr. Birdman offered his Dr. Birdman insurance to them. And they on that. And as far as I know, they all still on it. Had to be a student at MTSU, bring a student ID to him.
You can only be a student at MTSU. You can be a student anywhere else.
Well, he's starting here in Tennessee, he'll branch out.
So if you want Birdman care, you got to go to MTSU.
Well, he's having a small rollout. He ain't trying to do it all at once like Obama is.
Oh,
He gonna
I
have
see.
all that
Smart.
problems. Yeah, that's right. But right now, if you live in Rutherford County and you just got kicked off of your insurance because you got lied to, President said a bald-faced lie to your face, and you ain't got insurance now, you could go ahead and take the liar's insurance if you want, or you can have truthful insurance. Come on down to Dr. Birdman. He got insurance for all people got kicked off, and you gonna have to take Obamacare. Said, no, sir, I don't want insurance from no liar. I want insurance from Dr. Birdman. He's got it down there. Now, you can catch him down here. You want to talk to him about this in front of Jackie's Market because he drive through, I guess, a couple times a month. And he got a big flatbed, big flatbed truck with birds, cages of just birds, all kinds of birds, every kind of bird you want. So come down there for that, too. And also, because it's a seasonal also, so if you come down, talk about some insurance, you also get you a turkey. He's going to have a lot of turkeys on the back of that truck. So come down, kill two birds with one stone, as I call it. No pun intended.
So, wait a minute. I don't understand any of this, really. So, Birdman, he's a doctor now.
It don't matter whether you understand it or not. That don't make any difference. That's a sponsor. He give us $25 for me to spot. You tell about his product, what he does, what he's providing for the people. We took the $25 and a story. It ain't to interview me about the sponsor.
His insurance doesn't work. You can't get Birdman care and go to another doctor that only works at Dr. Birdman.
Well,
so you have to go see this doctor who really is
like Obama ain't going to send you to his doctors, his death panels, this and that. You sign up for Obamacare, it's going to be telling you what doctor to go to. Sign up for Bird Care, Dr. Birdman Care.
And you get a turkey.
Well, it's Thanksgiving, yeah.
But live turkey, you got to kill it yourself.
Well, he only had live birds on the back. Yeah, he don't deal in poultry and that sort of thing. He just got.
I've seen a couple of dead birds on the back of his truck.
That's just nature taking its course.
So this man who can't even keep the illegal birds alive that he carries with him from state to state. On the back of his
sometimes
flatbed
in
truck.
birds, you wheeling dealing in birds, you gonna get a wrong one every now and then. But you ain't gonna get a wrong doctor, and Dr. Birdman, get some good Dr. Birdman care, he'll fix you up. I trust him. He ain't lied to you yet, has he?
He had some shit on there he said was puffins, but I don't believe it for a second. Some of them turkeys I seen him last time he drove through, I don't think they're turkeys. They look like some of them Japanese radioactive birds.
What? They ain't turkeys. Hell.
I said, what's the matter with it? Like, its skin is, like, hanging off its throat. He said, it's just the turkey stuff.
All right. You'll run his turkeys down. You'll run down. You're going to
think
run down this man's medical license, and then you're going to run down the turkeys he sells. What don't you...
The man with the medical license shouldn't be selling turkeys.
He can have a good businessman does a lot of different things.
I've never been to a doctor who tried to sell me a bird other than Dr. Birdman, and that was only out of necessity.
Well,
because he does.
Be glad that he's there for you.
He texted me for VD, and he said I was fine, and I don't know because something burns.
I don't want to hear about.
But he did me a solid. I don't want to come down on him. I didn't sign up for the Birdman care, but he only charged me $5 for the test.
I don't want to hear about your medical history with that department. I don't want to hear about it. You keep that between you and Dr. Birdman.
And I'm going to be honest. I've been running him down. I've been questioning him. I've been throwing his integrity into question for a year. But you know what? I got the VD test, and he give me a Finch, both for $10.
Enough.
And me and that Finch are like best friends now.
I'm glad that you had a good experience, Dr. Birdman. You should be saying that more than running him down. I don't want to hear about your physical problems concerning that mess.
Well, I didn't know how much I was going to love Reed the Finch.
Well, I'm glad you like it, birds. So that's Dr. Birdman care. He's dealing it out, get you. If your insurance gets you a free turkey, I think there's a free turkey or half-price turkey.
So if you sign up for Birdman Care, you get a
half price. It's half price, not a free turkey, half-price turkey.
Or you could buy a regular turkey. There's something wrong with these turkeys, but I don't want to.
They're fine.
A warning, don't take a first turkey he offers you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that damn turkey.
So we got to get to the show here, big anniversary show.
Yeah.
We do have a few more sponsors we want. Oh, this is a good sponsor, Jackie.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from them in a while since they went back to basics. But Wet Bread.
Oh, yeah.
Now, for a while, Wet Breads was just going crazy with the wet bread.
Hey, if you there any kind of way you'd want your bread wet, they'd wet it for. I mean, it is wet. Yeah,
It's wet,
delicious,
and delicious,
Yes,
and
sir.
just soaking wet.
However you
So
want your
good.
bread, as long as it's wet, they give it to you, and it's delicious.
They started doing some kind of, I'd call it stunt wetting, where you get in the wet bread's tank.
Yes, you'd swim in there with all the bread in there, and
Just
yeah,
different kinds of things where they really kind of jumped the wet bread shark,
yeah.
so to speak. But then they
Something happened. They dismantled that, took it out of there. Yeah,
yeah, and they won't even say where the parts are, because some people want to like some morbid collectors
yeah. Well,
that go from like town to town and
I
crime
don't understand,
scene.
yeah.
I don't know those people. Just really just like interested in dark memorabilia. Tried to buy it. He said he won't even tell you where it is. I said, well, it's
I heard he buried it somewhere.
Yeah, but he won't tell them. It's like an ET video game. He will not tell you where
Yeah.
it is.
I don't know ET. I don't know.
But that should not stop you from going down to Wet Breads and getting you some good, just soaking wet
It's
bread.
delicious. Everything down there is delicious. Now, you said they're running a special anniversary with us in mind. That's sweet of them.
Anniversary
special.
You go down there, you bring in your own bread. They'll wet it for you.
Yeah.
Now, you may be thinking, well, why can't I just take his bread and get a couple slices out and just run it under the tap?
You can't
Put it in the sink.
You can't get your bread as wet breads can.
It ain't
I'll
going to
say
taste
that.
the same
It
thing.
ain't gonna be taste the same at all. It ain't gonna. No, sir.
I can make pot roast at home, but it ain't gonna taste like pot roast Willie's.
No, sir.
I mean, you can fry a cheeseburger at home.
Yeah.
But is that gonna taste like the cheeseburger roof?
It ain't gonna be near as good. Ain't gonna. You get cheeseburger roof in your mind, no matter what it is you make, it ain't gonna taste as good as that. You know, and the reason cheeseburger roof is in your mind because it's so good.
I mean, my grandma she'd pickle stuff and put it up and get the pickles out. And you'd be like, oh, get some of my iceberg pickles, but it don't taste like Pickle Brothers.
No, that's different.
So you bring your own bread. It don't matter. You can go down and get you a loaf of bunny bread.
Get all kinds of. I've seen people take every kind of bread in there to get it wet.
Make your own bread.
Yeah.
Some rolls.
That's crescent rolls. I saw a woman take a whole bag of crescent rolls, just held them out and let them run. It just got them wet as can be.
Because it's something in the way they do it. I don't.
They wet bread in a way that only wet breads can. That delicious flavor to the wetness. Because it's.
Well, you lay your thumb in the middle of that bread, and it just kind of puddles up, and you smell it, and you go, God damn, I'm
all right.
starving.
Watch your mouth. All right.
Sorry, Jackie, but
you right about that. All that. That's good description. You don't need to use that kind of language though, but it is delicious.
I don't know what it ain't just like you just throwing it in the bathtub. There's herbs and spices and love and whatever.
They put a lot of love and care and dedication into how they get that bread wet. Whatever they're wetting it with is the best thing I ever put in my mouth. It's consistency. They get the consistency just right too. You know, because sometimes you try to wet your own bread, and it's all slimy and goopy.
You cross a line.
Yeah, you get it.
Is this still even bread?
But now they'll wet it more than you wet your own bread to get it that wet. They'll wet it more, and it still tastes. I don't know how to do it.
Well, I mean, when you're a master, when you've mastered the art of whatever it is, that 10,000 hours rule, I guess they've been wetting bread for a long time.
Well, yeah, that's old running families from what I heard. Another family-run business.
So come on down. Bring your own bread to Wet Bread. So it's like some restaurants will fry up a catfish or a chicken for you, if you like the taste of their grease.
Yeah.
wet breads. I mean, it's kind of a miracle. Like maybe you make your own bread, like in a bread maker. Maybe you got one when you got married, and it's been like 15 years, and you found it in the back of the cupboard. And you're like, what is this? And your wife's like, that's a bread maker. Like, oh, this is perfect.
Well, there's a reason to use it now, isn't there?
Yep. So good thing you registered for it.
Yeah.
So that's wet breads.
Delicious, delicious. Yeah,
anniversary special.
That's a good anniversary special. Even if you don't have your own bread on you at the time, still go on down there. They'll wet their bread. It's just as good.
Yeah, their bread is
it's
maybe
wet, too.
better, honestly. It's a lot of hassle walking in there with a sack of bread. You look like an idiot. I mean,
no, you ain't going to
no
look like an idiot
offense.
this week. Everybody be doing it. You wait and see.
Oh, we'll see. I
Everybody
did see that crescent roll lady, and I mean,
Yeah.
she looked like she was just dropping something off somebody sick.
Well,
That's wet breads.
wet bread's good sponsor. Now, that's one sponsor we can agree on right there. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'll agree with you on wet breads any day, Jake.
Yes, sir. All right.
We got another sponsor here. We want to talk about Glory Chef.
Oh,
Our
yeah,
good
before we get
friends,
to the anniversary show. Yeah.
Ted and Ralph down at
Oh,
the Glory
Ted and
Chef.
Ralph. Yeah. Glory Shelf. Yeah.
Murfreesboro, I'd say one of our top 5 Christian bookstores here in Murfreesboro.
Definitely one. They got the
Top
most.
10 at least.
They got the most stuff in there. I mean, they got books too. You know, you go in some, it's most. I've been in some Christian bookstore. It's just books and CDs. That's it.
Boring.
Well, I mean, I guess if that's all you want to look at, but if you want to get, I want to see little trinkets, little knickknacks, little thing, poster wall things. They got Ted and Ralph got everything in there.
If you got an aunt and it's her birthday and she don't like music and she can't read, what are you going to get her? Well, you ain't going to find nothing for her at most Christian bookstores.
Yeah.
But at the Glory Shelf, you can find little angels.
If she love the Lord, yeah, they're going to have Jesus doing just about everything. Yeah.
Pictures of Jesus, all sorts of different kinds. Like, you okay?
Yeah. All right, go.
You know, we probably should have something like on radio. There's a cough button where you hit that when you're about to cough.
And
That
this
way you
ain't
don't
no
hear it.
radio as far as I know. I just sick.
You think you're gonna make it?
Yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah.
That would be a great first anniversary if Jackie dies in the middle
Oh,
of it.
I ain't gonna die hell.
But it would be, if you are gonna die, you should do it on the podcast because our downloads will go through the roof.
Yeah, if this keeps up, I'll see Dr. Birdman.
Have you been
me
going
shot
to see
something.
Dr. Birdman?
No, I don't see no. If I was going to see a doctor, that's who I'd see. But
He didn't infect you with anything.
oh no, he ain't done nothing. If I need a shot, I'll get one. If I got this for a couple more
I mean,
days.
think about it. He's got exotic birds
Yeah.
sick already.
They're not sick. In birds, every
And
now
then-
and then a bird gets sick. Nothing you can do about it. Just like every time a person gets sick. Well, I ain't even talking about him now.
I mean, he's jabbing people with needles. It's just that mix of bird
All
germs
right.
and needles
All right.
and open wounds.
He fixed you up, like you said.
Well, I mean, I think he gave me some questionable results.
Well, there you go.
But I got a cute little Finch. Probably dead as we speak.
Yeah.
But Glory Shelf this week's got a special event down there. They got Bryce Bernard.
Oh.
He is the author of the novelization of the movie Noah. That's coming out.
You showed
starring
me that.
Russell
That's
Crowe.
Russell Crowe gonna be Noah. I won't see that. Usually I don't like those kind of big movie special effects, all that stuff. But that'd be good. See all them animals. I watch Animal Planet all day and all night. That's my kind of movie. You tell me it's a movie, even if it didn't have anything to do with the Bible. If it was just about some regular guy getting a bunch of animals on a boat, I'd be first one in line to say yeah. But then you bring the Bible into it too. That's gonna be good.
So, hey, Bryce Bernard is doing the signing of
Yeah.
his book. Is the novelization of the movie. So basically, what they did was they took the movie Noah
What novelization?
and they turned it into a book. This guy Bryce Bernard turned Noah into a book, so you can go down to the Glory Shelf and get him to sign it for
Wait
you.
a minute. It's Noah's in the Bible. It's already in the book. It's a book before it's a movie.
Yeah, but you know how they do things in movies. They fill it up more. Probably in the novelization, that maybe they spend more time with the animals, like who was friends. Did any animal betray another animal on their journey?
Yeah, you're all right. You got a point there, yeah.
You just got to fill time, fill pages.
Well, I hope he'd do some good tithing if he makes any money on that book. And he'd put some of that back in the kitty, so to speak, you know.
Well, I would show up at the Glory Shelf and put him on the spot. Make sure he knows.
The book got pictures. If it's got pictures of animals, I know the story. I don't need to read somebody else tell me the Bible story, but I'll go see the movie.
So you'll see the movie.
Well, yes, old Russ Crowe.
Of the retelling of the Bible story, but you will not read a book that retells the story of the movie that retells.
If it had some pictures in it, I'll go down there and get it. If it's got pictures of animals, I don't mind having that on the shelf.
Well, why don't you just so basically you get any book with pictures of animals and just pretend.
I guess I could, but if it's Bible story too, it's just an extra bonus. I said it, put it on the shelf right beside my Bibles.
Well, I always imagined the story of Noah was just like frustration and just like trying to where'd that other newt go?
Yeah.
Or just him like trying to shove like one more horse on there. We got the one horse.
He built it just the right size to get them all on there. He knew what he was doing. He didn't have to shove nothing.
You know how you try to put something together. And
he was led by God's hand. He knew how to. He built
that
just fine.
I ain't saying God led him astray, but no matter if you try and follow instructions from IKEA, Walmart, wherever you bought it, there's always going to be pieces left over. There's going to be like half a horse that won't fit on it. God's saying, "Well, did you measure it? Like, yeah, it was like cubics or whatever. You told me to." They fight a little bit.
He ain't going to be fighting with the good Lord over what the good Lord told him to do. It ain't going to be like that. I want to go see. He showed me a thing of it on a computer, the movie, the trailer, whatever it is for the thing. I want to see that. Russ Crowe be good in that. Because remember, they all said Noah's crazy. Remember?
Yep.
Said, well, you crazy building that big thing. Turned out it wasn't. But Russ Crowe played crazy person. That was a beautiful mind. He's crazy as hell in that.
But it didn't have any animals in it.
No, that's what I'm saying. This would be better.
They're going to correct
that. If you see him acting crazy plus animals, even though he ain't really crazy, everybody think he's crazy.
He'll show you who's crazy when God murders you.
That's right. Every one of them.
So that's at the Glory Shelf. Jackie will not read that book, but he will see the movie. So sorry,
if
Bryce
there's pictures in there, I'll read it. I'll go down there. I'll read that. Plus, I'll go down and help out, support old Ted and Ralph. Glory Shelf being a fine Christian sponsor, a good sponsor to have, and I'm happy we still have them a year later.
I have another sponsor here, Jackie.
Huh?
Got to get on with the big anniversary show. But I got
right.
a sponsor here. They give me $25. Man, we really raked it in this week.
Well, everybody, you doing it for a year, everybody, it's just a nice way for him to say thank you and us help him out. So, yeah, I appreciate it,
Wire Towers Wash Jars has sponsored us before, but they are they're just off the square here. If you go down there to Wire Towers Wash Jars, they will sell you any kind of jar. They got all sorts of jars they fished out of the dump and washed out, and just great selection.
That's all they do. I'd say that right now. That's about all they do. They don't do nothing else.
But this week, because of our anniversary, and I like this. That's a good thing about our sponsors is that they work with us to kind of run these fun little kicky kind of promotions and like.
Ain't nobody down there gonna work with you.
Well,
Wire Tower Wash Jars, they don't work with nobody. They could have had the opportunity to work with them. I was trying to give them my business. And they gave me stick it up you, what they said to me. I don't think that's any way to run a business.
Well, this week, Jackie, if you want to go down to Wire Towers Wash Jars, they will You can bring any jars you got at home, in a garage, something maybe you just was eating out of and you just finished it off. Take it down there to Wire Towers Wash Jars. They will wash your jars, folks. Normally they don't.
That's what they... I went down there with a whole... I had like a child's wagon, red wagon, full of damn jars. And I said, you wash these out. And he said, stick every one of them where the sun don't shine to me. Oh, Wire Towers.
Well, if you didn't come in with an attitude, Jackie.
I didn't have no attitude.
Pulling a little red wagon like Sling Blade.
That's what I had him about. That's what I had him in. And he said, that's basically what he said. Take each and every one of them, stick it right up. You know what? They ain't ever going to have my business again. I tell you that. And I said, that's where you wash jars, what it says you do. I said, no, you buy these wash jars we got here.
It doesn't say they wash jars. It's Wire Towers washed jars.
But you just got finished saying that if you take your jars down there, they'll wash it for you.
Yeah, this week. This week only. That's a special promotion in conjunction with our 1 year anniversary of our podcast.
Well, if you won't get called this or that, take them down there to wash it. I just soon said, from here this point on, I'll tell you right now, after that experience, if I got jars that need washing, I'm going to wash them myself. Well, I'll stay home and wash every damn jar I own. I ain't taking them down to that son of a...
That's what he told you to do in the first place. So I don't know why you're mad about it. You just arrived at the same conclusion.
He said, wash jars. It ain't going to hurt him. I would have paid him money. It's not like I went down there begging for his help. I would have given him his damn money. And I told him, I said, I'll pay you just as much as it was to get them jars right there. You're going to have to wash them anyway. Wash my damn jars. I got all these left over here. Stick it up, you.
So that's Wire Towers wash jars.
Oh, hell.
Go down there, take advantage of their special promotion. Tell them Jackie sent you.
Don't you bring me up. Don't bring you hear my name down there. Lord knows what you're going to hear. Well, I'm going to do that. It's a sponsor I got before we get started here on our show. It's, Miss Phillips comes in here.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Phillips got this startup own business, whatever she's selling now. She bring in a big sack of them, go through them, all different kinds. Kitty pillows.
Oh, Miss Phillips kitty pillows.
Miss Phillips kitty pillows.
That's good. What are they?
It's just like a pillow. It's got the, kitty cats and stuff. Something like a nice woman want to have on the couch, whatever. To me, it seems like something a woman would want. Women like cats, that sort of thing. I just seen this.
So there's a picture of a cat on the pillow.
There's a picture of a cat laying on the pillow,
Oh,
kitty
so
pillows. It's like a play.
Cat. Oh, I see.
It's like a play on words for her.
I don't know
like
how
that.
that's a play on words, but all right. I'll see.
That's what she said.
And I bet so a cat could get on the pillow too, right?
Well, no, you couldn't do that. It's made out of something because same thing. You think you'd won't get that for your cat, but no, she says it's made out of some sort of fabric. Allergic, kill a cat dead if they get on it. Get there.
Why would you name your business Kitty Pillows?
Because it's got a cat there on it.
But that's going to make people think they can get this pillow for their cat, and it's toxic to that.
It's what she makes it out of. It just keep it away from cats.
Why doesn't she make it out of, there's lots of soft materials.
You take it up, Miss Phillips. I don't know, Miss Phillips. Kitty pillows, it's just made out of whatever kind of fabric it's made out of.
First of all, what fabric would just automatically kill a cat? It seems like she's put something in there.
I don't know if it's automatic. If they get to rubbing on or something, a week or two, cat gets sick, die. That's what I heard.
So by that point, you wouldn't even know what killed it. It'd be a medical mystery. After calling Cat Quincy. Well,
it won't be a mystery if you have these pillows and you have them in your damn house, because I just told you.
Does she
don't want that to happen. That's why she's saying she don't put it in their cats.
If she has made a product that is especially deadly to cats, but she calls them kitty pillows.
Because it's got a picture of a cat on the pillow.
Well, then why didn't she put like a Ghostbusters thing around the cat so you know not to put your actual cat near it? Because it's kitty pillow. There's a kitty on the pillow.
Cat ain't going to tell the difference between that sign and not. Cat don't.
I'm not saying it was the cat to do it. I'm saying the person to look on the cat, look at the pillow, and they can tell that means...
Well, if the woman is telling you when she sells you the pillow, and you say, I want to get some of those pillows for my cat, and she says, don't put it near the damn cat, then that's the end of the discussion right there. I don't need to put no...
She shouldn't sell you the pillow anyway. You can't keep a cat off a pillow.
It ain't for people with cats.
But this is just a bad idea. I mean, I'm not even mad at her.
Run down another sponsor or whatnot.
No, I want to help her.
There's a lot of people out there. Now listen to this. Just hear me out. There's a lot of people allergic to cats, got children allergic to cats. You know, I can't have a cat, you know, well, you can have this pillow.
I just feel like there's going to be some crossover with people who actually have cats if she calls it kitty pillows. And then their cat's going to die.
If you love your cat, you ought to ask these sort of questions before you just buy anything willy-nilly. It's responsibility to own a pet.
I don't think it's willy-nilly if it got cat right in the title.
Well, kitty pillows. Pillows. It says pillows. It ain't for the damn cat. It's for you to look at the picture of the cat on the damn pillow. It ain't for whatever cat wants to rub up against it, because that ain't gonna turn out good.
I just think this is a tragedy in the makings.
Well, now there's somebody could buy those pillows and use them for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, if these pillows are so harmful to cats, couldn't somebody just buy these just to kill cats?
Well, now, realistically, logistically, yes, you could, but that is not why she made these. No, sir. I don't want that getting out. She just made them for people without cats to enjoy, or animals of that size to enjoy.
She admits that these could be used as a weapon against cats.
For no other reason than the fact that it's got a toxic to cats, for whatever reasons, fabric entwined in the making of it. She didn't set out to do that. She made them all go, oh, well, hell, this is, read what it was. Miss Phillips ain't set out to hurt no cats. She wouldn't have made a bunch of pillows with cats on it if she didn't like them.
Has she continued to construct pillows out of this horrifying material?
I don't know. Maybe she may change that. I don't know. It ain't my business. It's her business. But she's our sponsor, so Miss Phillips, kitty pillows, not for cat owners or small pet owners of any kind.
Is it like dogs too? Will it hurt a dog?
Small, little dog.
So kill little dogs and cats.
That's it.
Babies? What about human babies?
Alan, I'll have to ask you about that. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, Miss Phillips, kitty pillows. If your wife is expecting, or if you have youngins, you might want to check on that first. Yeah. That's our sponsor.
We really got to look into these sponsors before we...
Wow.
Jackie, I got a good sponsor here. It's a good... and they got a message for you. It's somebody maybe you hadn't got along with too well in the past, but in the spirit of our 1-year sick anniversary, they just wanted to say, reach out and just be like, hey, what's up?
Wow.
Jockey's Market.
Oh, hell. Don't bring up that name. I don't want to hear it on here.
It's just, here at Murphy's there's Jackie's Market, and there's also Jockey's Market. And Jockey and Jackie don't get along.
I don't have nothing to do with Jockey, and Jockey don't have nothing to do with me. I don't know. No, sir.
And there's friendly competition, but then there's Jockey and Jackie, and it just gets a little more heated. Well, it's not like Jickie's Market. Like Jickie and Jackie get along pretty good.
Jickie's fine. I ain't got a problem with Jickie. Jickie I talk to all day and all night. I ain't going to even look at Jockey.
Well, Jackie just wanted to reach out and say, hey, congratulations on the podcast. 1 year is pretty good.
I don't care what that man says.
Jockey said
Keep it to himself. He don't need to be telling me anything Jockey says. I don't want to hear it.
His grandson to show him how to download the podcast. He went out and he bought an iPod just for our podcast.
I don't care what Jockey does or any of his damn family.
He listens to it every week. He says
hell.
he thinks Jackie makes a lot of good points.
Oh, hell, he don't. I don't care what he thinks.
He said he don't know how you put up with me every week. He says. But he said he wanted just to let you know you're doing a good job. It's good to hear
you
your
tell
voice
Jockey
every week.
he can shove it. I don't have nothing to do with him. He can say whatever kind of message he wants. And I don't care what family members of his waste of time listening to this mess. To hell with Jockey. I don't know. No, sir.
Jockey, his church, he said they had a revival a couple weeks ago.
I don't care what church Jockey goes to. It don't got nothing to do with me. I don't want to hear about it.
He went out and rededicated his life and been trying to live more Christ-like, follow the Christ-like
Well, he
example.
can try to follow whatever he wants.
So I just want to let you know all that's water under the bridge as far as he's concerned.
Well,
if he's done anything to offend you, he wanted to let you know he apologizes.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
He can apologize. He might as well be apologizing to the damn wall, because I sure as hell I'm listening about much that wall is. Jockey will run his mouth, say whatever he wants. He can send a million damn messages saying this and that. I don't care what he listens to, what his family does, what church he goes to. I don't have nothing to do with no Jockey.
So that's Jockey's Market.
Oh, hell.
I also got a message here from Jackie.
Yeah.
Jickie's Market said he doesn't understand this podcast thing.
Well, I don't either.
He said he listened to, had somebody come in the store play something for him. It said didn't understand a thing you was saying.
Well, it's hard to understand on here. I know that.
And hoped you wasn't making a fool out of yourself. But
I probably am on here.
He said he'd congratulate you, but he didn't know what he was congratulating you for.
I don't know either.
Didn't seem like if it was much call for congratulations in this instance, but he said he'd see you around.
Well, I'll see Jicky around any day of the week. Yes, sir.
So you like Jicky?
Jicky fine. We ain't, we both run markets. We run, I wouldn't say competitive business because he sells gas, but we have legitimate good businesses. Run.
You on your deathbed, don't you want to reach out and
all right, hell.
spirit of Christian
Jicky's
friendliness?
just fine. Jicky been a good friend for years.
Because he was kind of an asshole to you, honestly, in this message. And Jockey seemed really nice.
Well, Jockey, you think Jockey is nice, you better think again. I tell you that right now. I don't even want to hear the damn name, Jockey.
So the reason you like Jicky, because he sells gas. That's the difference.
I like Jicky because he's a decent human being. It don't matter what he sells.
But you really hate Jockey.
I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I don't even want to hear the name again.
That's Jockey's Market.
Oh, they ain't no sponsor on here. Jicky's fine. I'll tell people, if I'm riding for a product or something I ain't got, and somebody says, Jackie, when you get them next in the store, and it ain't time enough, I'll send them on down to Jicky. Say, well, Jicky's got it down there. He'll take care of you.
So that's Jockey's Market.
No.
Just Jickey's.
Yep.
And got another sponsor here. We a lot of good sponsors, a lot of good old friends we've been talking to over the years. Coming on here and just wishing us well, and we thank them for all their support. Got a great anniversary show lined up for you. Just trying to work our way through these sponsors.
Just anniversary sponsor. Everybody run the deal.
Wizard Beards, actually, that also our good friends Wizard Beards.
That's the old hippie store.
Murfreesboro's premier head shop. Got a promotion going on, celebrating our 1 year podcast.
Hippies celebrate anything, any excuse to get high.
They got some a shipment of Gandalf bongs. Either something went wrong at the glass blowers, or they got kind of tossed around in shipment, but the faces are all kind of screwed up and melted or chipped. And they don't look like Gandalf so much anymore, but a few of them look like Jackie Bros, they say. So they're selling these Jackie bongs.
Jackie bongs.
For our 1 year anniversary down there at Wizard Beards. Go down to Wizard Beards to get you a Jackie Bros bong.
What? No.
If you squint your eyes or are high enough, it looks just like my good friend Jackie Bros.
I don't. Nobody made me use my likeness to get high with. I don't like it. No, sir.
Well, you could either sue them, or you could sit here and complain and do nothing about it. But until you take legal action, Jackie.
I ain't gonna have to take legal action. Somebody do something decent. I don't put me on no.
People are going to be getting high off of your likeness.
All right, enough. I don't. Whistle Bear's been established place in their town for too long. All the college kids go over there and get high is all it is. That's the only place that store's good for.
Well, what if you want to
poster with a reggae on it, whatever it is. That's all it is.
You can also buy a Baja or a friend's jacket.
Whatever.
They got clothes.
For hippies?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna buy none of that. I'm gonna do a good sponsor now, before we can get on the anniversary. Excuse me, I'm sick. Yeah, well, I ain't feeling good.
You are sick.
Well, I'm doing it's a fine sponsor. I've had them on here for a long time. Great sponsor. Coley's Snack Foods. Everybody knows Bible Page and every bag. Delicious snack foods you can get. And, of course, they branched out into different areas. We need more good Christians to run businesses in this town as far as I'm concerned. It's always good to have the long line of legitimate good businesses. And I don't mean to saying I know anybody else's personal faith on here, but I do know Coley's good Christian else because they run that Coley's Christian Cinemas. They bought out those theaters and they run only Christian cinemas, just trying to get the word out there and also entertain and feed all the good people out in the world. So good for them. But they have a seasonal, delicious seasonal snacks, collector's bags, and it's for pilgrims. Thanksgiving pilgrims. Everybody knows that was the one time the Indians acted right when they all sat down and ate together. That was one good time before they all went crazy, started scalping, that sort of things. So we try to think good of the Indians on Thanksgiving time, and so does Coley's, and they have a collector's bags saluting the Native Americans, the greatest Native Americans. So they have those collectors, delicious Coley's snacks, Thanksgiving snacks, little turkey snacks, whatever it is, with the maize, what it is, maize. Indians eat and or make, whatever, grow. And they got the collector's bag, 3 of them, greatest Native Americans. There's Tonto, and then there's what's Iron-Eyed Cody cry when the garbage hit him, and then there's just wooden Indian, like out in front of a store, wooden Indian, and the collector's bags only come out delicious maize tips, Coley's Christian snack food, still Bible Page in every bag. Even though it seems weird, Indian, but so be it. I always try to get the word out no matter what time of year it is. So Coley's delicious snack foods, collector's bags, Native Americans, greatest Native Americans, Tonto, the real Tonto, Lone Ranger's friend, and Iron-Eyed Cody, and old Wooden Indian.
Those are the 3 greatest Indians?
Yeah.
Do they just not do any research?
That's, I guess, the most popular Indian, greatest Indians, popular, same thing. It's always a popularity contest.
Those are really the most popular Indians? Like, Wooden Indian is more popular than, like, somebody from Dances with Wolves?
That's what the point I'm trying to make. Somebody I know Wooden Indian. I don't know Dances with Wolves. I couldn't name you one of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wooden Indian's old Creep Show 2.
When was the last time you saw Creep Show 2?
It's on that thing you hooked up for. What is it? Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know. Coley's is a big, I know they do market research, and they figured out that they can put them Bible Pages in the chips, and it ain't going to hurt their business none, or maybe they'll get more. They got it all figured out. It's big corporation, so I'm sure they know what they're doing. It really seems like they're taunting Indians more than paying tribute to them. Like at Thanksgiving time, like there's special maize chips and there's Tonto on a bag. That just seems like something give to an Indian if you wanted to fight him?
Or try to spread the gospel to him.
Oh, just like break him down so he's more susceptible to what you're trying to
I don't
to
know
preach.
about breaking nobody down, but I know there's a Bible page in every bag. Indian may go pick up colors for the first time seeing that on there. He may not have bought colors before, but around Thanksgiving time, he sees one of his kind on the bag, pick it up, meet it. That's pretty good. And little do you know, look at that there, Bible page in there. Read that, because you know he's going to read it because he don't know what it is.
The Bible.
Well, he's not going to know what the page is doing in the bag of chips.
Oh, he has to look at it to identify it. By then, he's read a page of the Bible, and
Yes,
he'll just
sir.
keep going.
Yes, sir. Well, that's what you hope for anyway.
Is that a thing that people do? Is they just automatically eat things with pictures of their race on them?
I'm guessing that. I don't know if that's proven scientifically or not.
I feel like I feel like when they do like Uncle Ben or Aunt Jemima, that's for white people. But maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I'm not going to say.
I can't. We're not. We ain't gonna. If we sit here and we quibble with the corporations' depictions of minorities, I mean, that will be a long and boring podcast.
Well, if you don't like the Indians on the bag, you don't have to worry about it. It's only seasonal anyway. It's only through.
So it'll be over in a
through.
month.
Yep,
if you
it'll be
think
over.
it's horrible and racist and terrible, just wait till December.
Yeah.
And then you won't have to look at it anymore.
Yeah.
And then they'll roll out all their baby Jesus chips, and you can get mad about that.
Yeah, somebody going to get mad about something. Yeah. You said it right there, yeah.
It's like they think Coley's is looking for a fight, and all they're trying to do is just put out some good chips, make people think, remember an Indian, think, and read the Bible.
Yeah, well.
It's a good sponsor. I'm sorry I may have taken it in I just, freedom of speech. If you don't have freedom of speech, put an Indian that you think is good, even if it's
What's wrong with Tonto?
fictional. Exactly.
He's fictional, made up, but he was a good Indian. There was plenty of Indians, mean as can be.
I'm surprised they didn't call
Tonto
this.
didn't scalp, rape, nothing like that.
Not
Didn't
at
do none of
least
that.
not when he was on the clock. I'm surprised they didn't call these seasonal chips like on these portraits of these Indians like one of the good ones. Like have that up above.
It might be on there. I don't have any of them. Either, I'm just reading off a list here.
They don't give us. They used to give us samples. I remember there were some podcasts where we were just eating chips real loud in the microphone. That was before we knew how to podcast.
Well,
like we
these
do
are
now.
collector's items. I don't think they just going to hand them out willy-nilly.
Do people really collect those?
Yeah, some people collect everything. Hell, people collect Star Wars.
Well, you say that like Star Wars is less collectible than a bag of corn chips with Iron Eyes Cody on it.
I just saying, some people collect Indians, some people collect Star Wars.
I hope I have some Indians in these new Star Wars.
Yeah, make me consider watching it. Of course, they wouldn't have arrows; they'd have laser beams, that sort of stuff. Ruin the Indian even.
Got another sponsor here, Jackie,
Yeah.
and we got a great show waiting for you. But
Yeah.
Jackie's real sick.
I'll get through it. Yeah.
Newtown Conspiracy Theorist Club, old-time sponsor. I think they sponsored a show back after the Newtown the horrible things that happened there at Newtown. Allegedly, these people would say, the Newtown Conspiracy Theorist Club, they just kind of get together and have potluck and, talk about it.
Talk about the events of the day, whatever going on.
Fellowship.
Like a club. I mean, that's
It's
what
just
it
like
is.
a club. It's like any kind of club. Dues. You got to get your dues. Pay for your dues. They did decide they're going to go, maybe not just Newtown Conspiracy Theorist Club, because there's lots of conspiracies. And there've been lots of false flags, they say, since Newtown.
Yeah.
Basically like a false flag every day. So they're challenging you, the public, to come up with a new name for them.
Hell, any name, as far as I'm concerned, better than having Newtown.
Probably not the best.
Because, I mean, that just, just makes it, whether it's real or not, it's still a sad story, right? I mean, it's pitiful.
It's not something you want to have on your jacket.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. False flag, whatever you want to call it, it's a terrible, terrible tragedy. So
if you want to help them come up with a new name, maybe something with false flag, like maybe 3 Fs, like false flag fellows. That's pretty good, actually.
Well, they just go with that. That's still better than,
I'll send that to them.
Anything's better than Newtown.
Conspiracy. They did say they had this one thing about false flags. They said there's so many false flags these days. They said they want you to keep an eye open. Like if you're driving down the road, you see somebody pulled over by the police getting a ticket.
Yeah.
And you know how you look over to see if you know who it is getting a ticket?
Well, yeah.
They say that's when they could have done something to you.
Wow.
The government could. That's when the government does whatever they're trying to hide from you. When you glance over to see who, that's a false flag. When there's an accident on the freeway, you're like, oh, who run up on? That's a false flag.
So they doing something right then.
Right then.
Oh,
you look over to say, oh, who rear-ended Mrs. Beasley? That's when the government, whatever it is they were trying to do, I don't know if it's that jet fuel stuff or whatever. They put something in your drink. Who knows?
I wouldn't put it past them,
Well, that's what they say. They want a more friendly slogan.
Yeah.
That's like, you don't have to be convinced that all this is false flags, but you wouldn't put it past them.
Well, I wouldn't put it past me, yeah.
So that's their slogan.
That's a good slogan, yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them. It doesn't mean you don't have to believe, but if you wouldn't put it past them, and you got your annual dues, you can join the Newtown Conspiracy Theorist Club under their new name, which is coming as soon as one of y'all think of it.
Yeah. I think on that too, yeah.
And got another sponsor here, Jackie. Jackie, I know you're sick. Are you okay? Sick anniversary. So we got Murfreesboro Play Actors Club. We haven't heard from them in a while. Victor Mileage, I don't know if y'all remember this. If you want to go back and listen to some old podcasts, which
that director come out of Chicago, somewhere in New York, one of them places, come out of some.
Yeah, he had this big show he wanted to do down here called Goddamn Miss Horse.
Yeah, GD is Horse, what I call it.
They had to change the name because of an uproar.
He wouldn't change the name. They tried to change the name. He refused. He said artistic this or whatever.
Just a big mess. Turned into a big mess. Well, he's back with Murfreesboro Play Actors Club, and they are working on...
Why would they have him back after that? Why would he even go back?
Well, Jackie, you're really going to dig on this. Yeah. They got some funding from the city of Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
They wanted to put some money to celebrate the life of a great Murfreesboro citizen.
Wow.
So, Victor Mileage is just completed the script for a brand new musical they're going to be doing with the Murfreesboro Play Actors Club.
They're good when they do musicals. I saw Oklahoma down there. They're always doing something.
Oh, this is going to make Oklahoma look like a pile of shit.
Hey, watch it. Watch your mouth.
Jackie, this is the story. And you know when they do a musical like they do, Annie Get Your Gun, like the story of Annie Oakley.
Yeah.
Well, this musical biography is some of the greatest musicals and greatest biographies there ever was.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Jackie, wait till this spring.
Okay.
When you can go down and sit in the front row.
Yeah.
And see and hear.
Yeah.
The story of T.T. Slot.
Oh, hell. Why did you?
Me. T.T. Slot, that's an amazing from...
You making that up? I ain't doing it.
No.
T.T. Slot show.
No, Jackie. She's a Murfreesboro success story from a regular old prostitute that would blow you in a culvert by the interstate.
I don't want to sit here and talk about no prostitute.
Well, she is not a prostitute anymore. She is a business leader.
Oh, hell.
Slot juice, Jackie, is taking the world by storm. All the flavors, grape apple, pink, and clear.
Yeah. I wouldn't drink any of those.
Slot cider, seasonal treats.
I ain't got the energy to scream and holler on this.
Now she's moved into the entertainment field with Slot Box.
Oh, that ain't.
Which is where she bought up a bunch of old Blockbuster DVDs, and she's employed an army. She's not only a former prostitute herself, Jackie, but now she's helping other former prostitutes get out of the business.
She ain't helping doing nothing.
Some of those prostitutes, she is slowly phasing the sex work out of her business empire. Sure, Slot Box started off last week when we first talked about it as a business where prostitutes stood next to a red box with a bag of DVDs, and you looked through the red box and saw if they had anything you wanted, and then you asked the prostitute, and she'd tell you, and then she'd go to your car and give you a hand job.
All right, I ain't gonna listen to this.
And a copy of Cloudy with Meatballs.
That ain't a legitimate sponsor. That ain't no sponsor on here. Enough. I'm not going to.
But now, half those prostitutes will not even touch your dick. Because it's a legitimate business.
All right, enough.
TT Slot started off as just some dumbass hooker in a ditch.
Hey.
And then she got out of the hooking business. And
I don't want
got
to
into
hear
the
about it.
daycare business. People did not want to leave their children with a prostitute.
Of course not.
So she did the angle where she was driving around in a van with your children.
No.
Mobile daycare.
No.
Genius idea. Timing was off. Then she moved into Slot Juice, Slot Cider. Now she is probably the most well-known of Murfreesboro's leading businesswomen.
Oh, hell.
And after this Victor Mileage musical of the TT Slot story,
ain't nobody going to sit in. I ain't going to go to Murfreesboro Play Actors Club and listen to them sing prostitute songs about her.
then you're going to miss the thrilling climax where she's elected mayor of Murfreesboro.
Oh, hell.
And she's kind of using this as a sounding board because she's thinking about running, Jackie.
Oh, I ain't voting for no prostitute.
It's inspirational, Jackie.
It ain't inspirational.
It's aspirational.
Oh, it ain't neither one of them.
You know, your slut-shaming and your rape culture belongs in 2010.
Oh, hell.
This is 2013, Jackie, and things are different. And it's time. I think it's slot time.
Oh. It ain't no slot time for me.
So that is coming up in the spring. It's going to be a big. They're thinking about taking it to Broadway. I mean, they're trying to get some investors. They're doing an out of town run.
Well, let them take it up to New York. Ain't nobody gonna come go see a musical here. If he can't do G.D. Horse, he sure as hell can't do T.T. Slot Prostitute Show. I ain't gonna do that.
You know, one of the things
I know I wouldn't put it past him to try it, that Victor Miles fella, but that ain't going to play here in this town, no, sir. I don't care if it is a local prostitute, no, sir.
People went to see Bert and Dolly in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Well, now that's different.
Maybe we just need to get Burt Reynolds involved in this.
He ain't going to
I forgot the best part, Jackie, the celebrity connection.
What?
You remember Leanne Rimes, right? That beautiful...
I remember singer, country singer, Leanne Rimes.
Honey-throated little girl.
Oh,
Leanne Rimes, Jackie. Guess who's going to be playing TT Slot in the Murfreesboro Play Actors Club?
What, Leanne Rimes?
No, her sister, Reby Rimes.
Reby Rimes?
Reby Rimes will be portraying TT Slot in the TT Slot musical.
Oh, hell. I ain't going to go see that. I ain't going to support...
And
prostitute musicals.
Victor Mileage spent so much money on his animatronic horse for GD This Horse, they're gonna work that into the story.
What?
There's a lot of stuff still up in the air.
I would think so, because I wasn't playing too far ahead, Victor Mileage, because I know this town and I ain't gonna tolerate no prostitute show.
Jackie, the slot cider bottles are flying off the shelf.
Well, I don't drink it. I don't know who does. I'm gonna do another I'm gonna do legitimate sponsor here. That's it. I don't even have the energy to say prostitute is not a legitimate business. I am not affiliated with any prostitute. Normally, I'd have a higher register and I'd be screaming a little bit louder, but I am wore out and sick.
Sick anniversary.
I'm going to do my sponsor. And my sponsor, everybody knows, right off of Square's fine establishment, Little Helen's.
Little Helen's.
Little Helen's. Now, Little Helen's is under new management.
New management.
Little Helen's is under new management.
Did they get rid of Little Helen? It's her store.
Well, she's still there, but she's letting Big Helen help her down there. They're working together now.
That ain't new management. That's just Big Helen.
Well, they're changing the name to. It's not just that. It's the same location. It's sort of different management. Someone else helping run. They just changed the name. It ain't Little Helen's no more.
What are they calling it?
Skunkies.
Skunkies.
So now it's no longer Little Helen's. Same kind of store selling the same stuff. But now it's no longer Little Helen's. It is called Skunkies. It's right off a square. Little Helen still works there. Say hi to her. Great. I never met her personally. I hear she's nice. If she's a friend of Big Helen, then she's a nice lady. Mm-hmm. So Big Helen's down there working with her, helping this new venture since they changed the name to Skunkies. I don't know if that's her ideas or who it was, but now it's Skunkies. No longer Little Helen's. Same kind of store, but now it is Skunkies right off a square. Can't miss it.
What do they do there?
They do same thing Little Helen's did.
So all that information you just read out, Big Helen come there, change the management, change the name to Skunkies. Don't say a thing about what they sell there.
Well, she come in and told me all this. I guess she assumed that I knew what Little Helen's was.
So you saw Little Helen herself? You had Little Helen?
No, Big Helen come told me all this. Big Helen come told me. Not Little Helen. I ain't never laid eyes on that woman.
So Big Helen comes in here. Why didn't you ask her?
She thought... I've already done how many times have we sponsored her on here? Little Helen's store.
It feels like 1,000,000 times.
Now I'm going to turn around and say what it is.
She went out of business because nobody knew what the hell she sold or services she provided.
But she had a grand reopening. She moved.
And still we don't know what she does.
Well, the business is doing well enough to go into... It's got under new management. Big Helen's down there with her, so it's both of them. But now it's no longer, the confusion is gone. It is no longer called Little Helen's. Now it's Skunkies.
Confusion is still there and probably greater because what does what she sells have something to do with skunks?
I don't know what she does. It's a fine establishment. If Big Helen's involved in it, it's a fine establishment. Number one, I already Big Helen vouched for, so I know it's good business. So I already knew right then, whatever it was, it's a fine, upstanding business because Big Helen knows her. But now Big Helen is working there with her. She is part owner of Skunkies.
Why didn't they just keep the name? Why? None of this even makes any sense. Skunkies. You got Big Helen and Little Helen's. Why didn't they just call it Helen's?
They didn't want to. Once Big Helen went into business with her, she wanted to just start a new brand name, start something new to avoid confusion from Little Helen. So now Skunkies.
Why would people be confused? They don't even know what Little Helen's did in the first place.
I don't know. They give her $25 and they sponsor Skunkies off a square.
When you had Big Helen in here and she looked you in the eye and she said, now we're calling it Skunkies. You didn't have the sense to ask that woman what, because that would have been a great icebreaker.
We selling the same stuff. It's the same store. We're just changing the management name.
Then why didn't you say right there? You could have said it.
She assumed that I already knew what the hell was in there. Whatever they sold in the store. She already...
There's ways to hint around it. Like, oh, yeah.
Next time she comes in here, you go down there and talk to Big Helen.
Let me know.
Go down to Skunkies. You acting like it's a big mystery. Get in the damn car, drive down to the square, and go to Skunkies. That's what I'm telling everybody on here.
I need to. It'd really solve a lot of questions I got.
Well, there you go then.
Because it's frustrating, Lil Helens. I'm sorry. Skunkies. You okay?
All right.
Well, we got a great show. Great anniversary show.
Yeah.
Shit, are we hour and 15 into this?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, I guess we're done then. I guess we are finished.
That's it then.
Yeah, you're pretty sick.
I need to lay down.
You don't look good.
Thank y'all for listening for over a year, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to make it?
I need. If we're done, I can go home, lay down, and get better. You begged me on the phone to get my ass down here to do this.
Let me touch your forehead.
Yeah.
You are burning up. Don't on me.
Thank everybody for listening for a whole year.
Yeah, thanks everybody, and thanks. I guess
we want to make sure to thank all our sponsors.
Yeah, we want to thank all. Should I read them off?
Just go through them. Make sure. I can't do it. You do it.
Well, I want to thank Snakeheads.
Yeah.
Want to thank Snake Faces.
No.
Want to thank Dr. Birdman.
Yeah.
Want to thank Wet Breads.
Oh, yeah.
Want to thank the Glory Shell.
Oh, yeah, Ted and Ralph, yeah.
Want to thank Wire Towers Wash Jars.
Oh, hell, not them, no.
Want to thank Miss Phillips Kitty Pillows.
Well, yeah.
Want to thank Jockey's Market.
No.
Jickey's Market.
Yes.
Newtown Conspiracy Theorist Club.
Yeah.
Wizard Beards.
No.
Want to thank Coley Snack Foods.
Oh, yeah.
Want to thank Murfreesboro Play Actors Club.
Now, if they putting on that trash.
Want to thank Little Helens.
No, Skunkies.
Want to thank Skunkies.
That's who we're thanking, yeah.
And I believe that is...
Yeah, I think we're out of time. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Mike Bavers from Comcast gave me $25 to sponsor 30 Rock.
What?
30 Rock. Mike Bavers from Comcast.
Last week Frazier.
Yeah. This is 30 Rock.
Does he work? He just installs the cable. He doesn't work. He's not in marketing or anything.
He installs cable. He may be doing some of that too.
He just likes these shows, I guess.
I don't know, but 30. I don't like 30. I tried to watch it once. It's too much. Everybody talk fast. 30 Rock. But that's what Mike Baber says. You watch it on cable, Comcast cable, 30 Rock.
So I want to thank Mike Beavers.
Oh, yeah.
So, thanks, everybody. It's been a lot of fun doing this every week, and I guess we're done for tonight. Jackie's real sick. He's burning up with fever. I got to get him in bed, take his pants off and his shoes.
Hey.
Get him settled, situated.
Thank you for going on there. Rate, review on the iTunes.
Yeah, thanks for let us know what you like, what you don't like. We don't care.
Is that it?
I guess that's it. Thanks again. Seriously, thanks for listening to us and patronizing our sponsors.
Yeah, kindly. Thank you kindly. We appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. It's been, I wish it would have been more of a pleasure, but I'm glad y'all enjoy listening to this podcast, and I'm happy to get on there, come rain, shine, sick or healthy. Till death, I'll do it on here.
What? You're delirious.
I'm sick. I need to lay down. I told you that. I didn't want to come down here to begin with.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Kick the Chimp Records presents an album 13 years in the making. It's the return of Holtzclaw with their new album, Chili Room, Pussy Room, featuring Dragon Glasses, Chili and Pussy, Rock and Roll Devastation, Strollers, Stay and Watch Willow, 11 makes 10, Sticks Heaven, Totally Upside Down Boat.
Totally upside down boat.
And the Red State Update theme song, Tasty Sorghum Biscuit. So get your copy today. Available on iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, Google Play, Rhapsody, blah, blah, blah. Holtzclaw, Chili Room, Pussy Room. Enter at your own risk.